Sets it out wide. One thing I do find intriguing is that Darren Fletcher still only used 2 of his 6 subs. Now, with this Palace side having to make 2 changes in the first half due to injury, they've only got 1 sub left. One vulnerability you might argue that Palace have is being a team that are a bit heavy-legged. And what that tells me, the fact that Fletcher hasn't chosen to make any more than 2 changes, is I think he still feels like, for the most part, his starting 11 are significantly stronger than his bench. And so even with fresh legs, he'd actually prefer to keep as much of the starters on as long as possible. Chance to strike one for Waits. Gets it out wide now to Lusale. Patient possession. Lusale. It's his old team, stopped by Smith-Phillips.
I think a lot of that is down to as well the energy that the Palace players have used, is how the game's gone in terms of United having probably more of the possession, particularly that first half, and it's so hard to not have the ball and chase it around. You can see that the legs are tiring a lot for the Palace players at the moment.
You just wonder how that's going to affect what we see in this second half of extra time. Handy throw one here by Palace, a chance to just get up the pitch.
Yeah, the way that the first half panned out was Palace were having their fair share of possession, but it's just when you see how many players went down with cramp in comparison to Manchester United, who I don't think we've seen it at all so far, you just feel like that first half, particularly when United had the predominantly the play and Palace was shifting shape and moving side to side, it does really take it out of you.
Cut out by Monk, who certainly will be fresh, having not come on too long ago. A little bit awkward between Kakonki and Armour, but then late in comes the challenge from Moses.
The Palace players will be happy the referee's not played the advantage there and gives them the opportunity to reshape there. A crude foul by Caden Moses to slow the game down.
A little bit awkward between Kakonki and charging forward. It's another great cross from Lusale. Challenge from Moses. It's kept alive to the home fans' delight. Smart work from Ajayi, and then Waits feeding Gabriel. Might be 15, might often be one of, if not the youngest player on the pitch at this level, but he's already very much a star for the under-18s. And I know next season he becomes eligible to make his Manchester United debut, and there's all sorts of records that United fans are keeping a close track on, in terms of if he might get a chance in, say, the early League Cup rounds that tend to come, about potentially becoming Manchester United's youngest player to make an appearance, youngest goal scorer, and overtake the likes of Duncan Edwards in regards to various numbers around that. And that tells you how many people are excited about Gabriel. His manager in shot there, Darren Fletcher, has been very keen to just try and play down.
সংরক্ষিত নারী আসনে বিএনপির মনোনয়ন ফর্ম জমা দিয়ে ফের আলোচনায় এসেছেন ফারজানা সিথি। তাকে দোয়া চাইতে দেখা গেল বিএনপি নেতা।
For his age at 15 years old, he's intelligent, his sort of weight of pass, the way he gets in positions, he's a real talent.
Anderson's cross. Manager in shot there, Darren Fletcher, has been very keen to falls for Smith-Phillips.
সংরক্ষিত নারী আসনে বিএনপির মনোনয়ন ফর্ম জমা দিয়ে ফের আলোচনায় এসেছেন ফারজানা সিথি। তাকে দোয়া চাইতে দেখা গেল বিএনপি নেতা।
It's Smith-Phillips. Needed the covering work from Armour, Manchester United, to avoid it being further pain.
বান্ধবীদের সাথে সবসময় আমার খুব ভালো সম্পর্ক এখনো আছে, আমরা এখনো যোগাযোগ করি।
Albert Mills, in fact, it was Dan Armour who was there to cover the ball across. Manchester United to avoid it being further. Now Gabriel's turn to have a very Just talking about what a talent this young man is. He was in first team training in October 2025 as a 15-year-old. That gives you a sense of the regard which he's held. This was his goal, what feels like a long time ago now, in the 77th minute that put the home team in front.
No, without a doubt, and it is such a brilliant finish. And I think
টেস্ট ম্যাচ কোনো ফিলিংস নেই ওয়ানডের
জিতা ম্যাচটা হারিয়ে গেছে ভাই, এটা একেবারে আমার মানে বাস্তব বিশ্বাসই হচ্ছে না। কার ব্যাটিং সবচেয়ে জঘন্য লেগেছে?
মানে শুরুতেই যেই দুইজন নামছে
covered a lot of ground, always looking to play forward, and looks like he's going to lead the pitch now.
You can hear from the ovation, already a bit of a fan's favourite, turned
টেস্ট ম্যাচ
16 in
কোনো
October.
ফিলিংস নেই ওয়ানডের
I mentioned a few players
জিতা
that
ম্যাচটা
will
হারিয়ে
have
গেছে ভাই, এটা
nationality
একেবারে আমার
dilemmas.
মানে
Well,
বাস্তব
he's certainly going to have some proposals, Gabriel, when it comes around for that. He's eligible to play for England, the Republic of Ireland, Cyprus and Trinidad and Tobago. Born and raised in the UK, already a bit of a fan's favourite. An Irish dad, a Cypriot mum.
ফিলিংস নেই ওয়ানডের
And by Smith Phillips. The near post is a giant. He runs into traffic. Anderson tries a little curler, and I don't think he was trying to set up Casey, but Casey almost turned it into something.
Yeah, again, a real challenge for United in that second phase of the set plays. Again, they get the first touch, but a real chance at the back post there. Ended up the angle being a little bit too tight, but United have got to stay switched on after clearing that first phase of the set play.
And I don't think he was trying to set up Casey, but Casey almost turned it into just to confirm it's Jay McAvoy who's come on for Gabriel in central midfield. A little bit more of a conservative midfield player. Interesting to see how Manchester United rearrange. Here's Obi, who's through. Slightly heavy touch has cost him, and Monk was able to get back there in the nick of time. Just to confirm it's
That was a real moment there, a real chance for Obi, and again, the stage of the game, I think if he's fresh, if he's sharp, that touch stays closer to him, he gets the one-on-one, but the heavy touch just took it away from him.
Who's through, slightly heavy touch has cost him. Fed by McAvoy, the two substitutes combined.
That was a real moment there, a real chance for Obi, and again, the stage of the game, I think if he's
McAvoy
fresh,
United's third to come on, so they've still got 3 left. Palace have just 1.
but the heavy touch just took it away from him.
Ajayi. Wild and wide from no Ajayi as Manchester United tried to put their name on this competition for the 12th time. They won the first 5 FA Youth Cups in a row under the legendary Jimmy Murphy. Duncan Edwards key with what's described as the kind of one-man heroics you typically find in a stack of Marvel comics. He was actually a first-team regular, Duncan Edwards, in 54 and 55, and he was so good in this competition that the rest of the clubs petitioned to the FA to have him banned from playing in it. And despite that pushback, it was deemed that regardless, if you're good enough on the age eligibility criteria, the competition should work such that you could play. And whilst Manchester United haven't been quite so dominant since those 5 wins in a row in the 50s, they've put their name on the cup 6 times since then: 1963, 92, 95 on penalties against Spurs, 2003, 2011 thanks to Jesse Lingard, Ravel Morrison and Paul Pogba. Harry Maguire actually played against them in that final for Sheffield United, and then most recently here against Nottingham Forest in 2022, and now trying to put 2026 on that long list.
Club's certainly got a glorious record in the Youth Cup.
Harry Maguire actually played against them. Louis Bradbury looks ready to come on, the striker. Here against Nottingham Forest would be United's 4th change. Thwaites sets it wide on that long list.
Club's certainly got a glorious record in the Youth Cup.
Saleh, sliding challenge from Smith Phillips. Ready to come on.
United keeping possession of the ball really well, but not really penetrating Crystal Palace at the moment. A good run in behind there, but cleared away, and another change coming up now.
Louis Bradbury, known for being a serial poacher, the ideal player for a situation like this. Noah Ajayi takes his lead, scored an excellent goal here in the quarter-final win against Sunderland, and was on target in the win at Oxford in the 5th round. Someone who's had a remarkable story since moving to England as a 10-year-old, having been born in Hamburg, and seems only a matter of time until you see him in a Germany or a Nigeria international shirt one day. But his night's work is done. It's a chance for Bradbury to make his impact on this epic contest.
Yeah, really lively performance again by Noah Ajayi tonight. He runs with the ball so well, looks to take on his defender at every opportunity.
Germany or a Nigeria international shirt one day, but his night's work is done.
টাকার লোভে অনলাইনে গেম খেলছেন, আসলে খেলছেন অবৈধ জুয়া। মনে করছেন অনেকেই তো জিতে যাচ্ছে, আসলে তিলে তিলে সব হারাচ্ছে। গেম খেলছেন, আসলে খেলছেন অবৈধ জুয়া। ভাবছেন খেলছেন নিজের ফলে, কেউ জানবে না জিতে যাচ্ছে। ধরা তো পড়বেনই, হবে জেল, জরিমানা। অনলাইন গেমের নামে অবৈধ জুয়া খেলবেন না, সব হারাবেন।
For the Netherlands, the first to do that. Coming on for the Dutch in a round of 16 World Cup game as a penalty-saving specialist. That would be some way to only make tonight even more dramatic, as Obi's managed to get there and round the keeper, and Chido Obi might have put Manchester United into the FA Youth Cup final. Deep in extra time. He's not been that ruthless in front of goal tonight with so many opportunities, but finally, in the biggest moment of the lot, he's the coolest cucumber one could possibly want. Into the FA Youth Cup final.
Absolutely brilliant finish, and I think that is a real show of his sort of perseverance. He keeps getting in positions, he keeps making runs, and what a finish that was, to have the cool head to take it round the goalkeeper, to put it in the back of the net like that, and it's brilliant. It's that channel, Palace defenders dead on their feet, and that is an absolutely fantastic finish that could well have won the game. And what a ball in the channel from James Overy as well to get the assist, and it's a massive, massive goal with 3 minutes left on the clock.
Scored the winner in the 4th round against Derby here in extra time. Scored in the 5th round at Oxford. Scored the equaliser in the 3-2 home win here against Sunderland in the quarter-final. And Chido Obi with a 4th FA Youth Cup goal this season, and another vital one. So little time for Palace to respond, and it says a lot that while we've talked about all the chances Chido Obi hasn't managed to take, ultimately he's got an assist and a goal, and Manchester United are 2-1 up.
Well, that's it, isn't it? The stats don't lie. You look at numbers, you're a centre forward, you've got an assist, you've got a goal, and that is a fantastic night's work for any striker. But I think that it shows how he is in terms of young strikers at times can lose a bit of confidence when they have a number of chances, they missed it, but he has just kept getting in positions over and over again, kept making runs, movement's been good, and he gets his just rewards right towards the very end of extra time.
Kyan Fraser-Williams comes on with barely moments to make a difference. Palace chasing a second equaliser, not kept alive by Moses. Fraser-Williams on for Dean Benamar, who's put in a great shift. Gabriel has been booked, despite having already come off the pitch, or coming onto the pitch to join in the celebrations here.
Well, I didn't know that was even a booking to do that. Let the young kids enjoy themselves.
You can see Gabriel there running into shot.
Oh, he's still got his shirt on, fair enough. I suppose you should have some sort of bib or something on if you're entering the field of play.
Coming onto the pitch to join in the celebration. His version of what Jose Mourinho did on this great ground once upon a time, be it as a manager running down the touchline towards the away fans as Porto put Manchester United out, but had a much more happier occasion tonight for Red Devils fans. But still time for Manchester United to see out here. That will help the home team just wind the clock down.
Be interesting to see how much added times. We've not had that many stoppages of cramp in the second half of extra time, but Palace will be putting everything in United's box if they get a chance to, and obviously United will be looking to frustrate and kill as much time as they possibly can in these final minutes.
Saleh did manage to keep it in play.
Be interesting to see how much added time.
Gets it back, off over it. Lusale. Oh, what skills this is. It's Lusale. And just as he was about to pull the trigger, Okoli stops him, scoring one of the great Old Trafford solo goals.
He could just have got his shot off a tiny bit early, but that is absolutely wonderful. Nutmeg sits another one of his former teammates, and to be fair, it's absolutely brilliant from Okoli, who's been non-stop defensively outstanding tonight, him and Ewan Danaher.
A minimum of 3 minutes left here. And Crystal Palace have managed to get the ball back, which is a good start for them.
It's certainly not where they want it in that corner. They need to get the ball up the pitch to give them any sort of opportunity of getting back into this game, and that's not going to help. Defensively outstanding tonight, him and
Manchester United not far away from setting up an FA Youth Cup final against their arch rivals Manchester City.
Certainly not where they want it in that corner. They need to get the ball up the pitch to give them any sort of opportunity of getting back into this game, and that's not going to help.
Bumped clear, but can't be taken down by Casey, and Manchester United. Conky rightly in no rush. Setting up an FA Youth Cup final against their arch rivals. Hughes predictably direct at this stage. Back there is Dylan Monk. Smashed clear by Benetton, who, regardless of the result, particularly as a 15-year-old goalkeeper, can take great pride in his major part in this run to the semi-final.
He's been excellent tonight, Luca Benetton, and this is the moments, these are the chances that Palace need, and I wouldn't be surprised if they send the goalkeeper up for him.
Aidan Moses wins the free kick, and remember, it was a ball into the box that wasn't cleared, but led to Ray Hahan Anderson equalising just 2 minutes after Gabriel had Manchester United in front.
This is where you need voices, this is where you need to organise for Manchester United, and for Palace you need someone to get on the end of it.
After all that, the balling is a really poor one, and it leaves Palace slightly scrambling. Benetton just slices it towards goal, and it's Casey, but the whistle's gone.
For a split second, I thought he'd give a handball for a penalty there, but it looks like the flag was up. But again, United, the way they defend them second phases, it has to be more organisation-wise. You'll keep giving chances away, as we've seen a fair few times this evening.
Well, no matter what the result is, that is surely something that we picked up in video analysis when reviewing and watching this game back in the cold light of day, for them to think about for the final against Manchester City, if they can hold out to get there, what a contest that would be. The league games between those two were shared this season. United won 3-1 away at Manchester City, but that was only revenge after they were 2-0 up when United had home advantage, and City scored 4 goals to come back and win 4-2. They can hold out to get there. You'd expect that a final would provide similar entertainment. Can United get a third to surely kill it? Obi shot blocked. Manchester City, but that was only Saleh in there trying to win it. They were 2-0 up when United had home advantage. Not long left now. Tour. Palace just struggling to get anything going. One last desperate throw of the dice for Cedar.
So frustrating for Palace, and there's a full-time whistle.
Manchester United are through to the FA Youth Cup final, and Darren Fletcher's team can continue to dream of repeating the treble that they managed back in 2024. It's 14 wins from 14 across all competitions in this calendar year, but the Red Devils had it far from all their own way. Ultimately, Chido Obi setting up Gabriel and then scoring himself in extra time proves to be the difference between the teams, and it confirms that it will be Manchester City at home at the Etihad against Manchester United in the FA Youth Cup final. But great credit to Crystal Palace. My goodness me, did they make Manchester United earn it. But on a pulsating night here at Old Trafford, it finishes Manchester United 2, Crystal Palace 1. At home at the Etihad against Manchester United in the FA Youth Cup final. But great credit to Crystal Palace. My goodness me, did they make Manchester United earn it. But on a pulsating night here at Old Trafford, it finishes Manchester United 2, Crystal Palace 1. At the Etihad against Manchester United in the FA Youth Cup final. But great credit to Crystal Palace. My goodness me, did they make Manchester United earn it. But on a pulsating night here at Old Trafford. It finishes Manchester United 2, Crystal Palace 1. Manchester United in the FA Cup So let's take a look back at the highlights of this one. Chido Obi with a golden chance not long before half-time to put Manchester United in front, but Palace were always offering a threat on the counter.
Yeah, all the time, and I think the first half United did have the better of it, but in the second half Palace had their fair share of chances. You can see here, even in the first half, there was opportunities, but United
Hughes a problem there, and then Gabriel had Luca Benetton somewhat scrambling, and Benetton got back just in time to deny Samuel Usale a goal against his old team.
No, hugely impressive tonight, Luca Benetton, to get back in there and make the save. And his free kick flashing just wide from Jim Fraser again was excellent to see.
Hughes a problem there. This was the opening goal. Chido Obi was at this point guilty of not quite taking a few decent half chances, but then pops up with a magnificent assist. 15-year-old wonder kid.
15-year-old in the FA Youth Cup semi-final is something very special.
It's easy to see why there's quite so much excitement about him. It probably won't surprise you to know that there's a bit in the genes. His dad was a Republic of Ireland international senior level once upon a time, but just 2 minutes later, Palace were level thanks to Ray Anderson.
Yeah, Cameron Burns-Hughes would be disappointed, dropped it, but as happened a few times tonight, United didn't defend the second phase of set plays well, and were really punished there. And obviously Anderson puts it in, scoring another goal in the Youth Cup. He's had a brilliant run and a toe poke into the back of the net. Not as good as his goal against Aston Villa, but as we said, they all count.
And the last part of normal time after Anderson equalised in the 79th minute was one where both teams had some great chances to go and win the game without.
তোমাকে দিয়ে কোনো কাজই হয় না, এখনো ড্রিঙ্কস রেডি করতে পারলে না?
তুমি রেডি হওয়ার আগে ড্রিঙ্কস রেডি হয়ে যাবে।
এটা কি?
এটা সানকুইক রিয়েল ফ্রুট স্কোয়াশ।
এক বোতলে কি হবে?
এক বোতলে 35 গ্লাস হবে।
যদি কেউ অরেঞ্জ ফ্লেভার না খায়?
ফ্রুট ফ্লেভার তো অনেক আছে, এক এক মুডের জন্য এক এক স্কোয়াশ।
ইন্টারন্যাশনাল কোয়ালিটির সানকুইক, এই রিয়েল ফ্রুটস আপনার জীবনের সাথে মিশে যায় স্বাদে ও আনন্দে। সানকুইক, দ্য রিয়েল মিক্স অফ লাইফ।
Kept going, kept making them runs, and Over has found him fantastically to substitute with the ball around the corner, and what a finish, sits the keeper down and puts it in the back of the net.
International quality Sunquick,
United in the final.
So the FA Youth Cup final is confirmed as Manchester City versus Manchester United. There is, of course, the Premier League Cup final, giving the chance of Crystal Palace to get their revenge against Manchester United next Wednesday, the 22nd of April, at Selhurst Park. But for now, the first of two massive meetings between these two clubs, and in such a big, prestigious competition, it is Manchester United who ultimately prevail. Thank you very much to you for joining us wherever you've been across the world. Thank you very much to Luke Chadwick for being alongside me. I've been Michael McCann. It's been great to have your company on an entertaining night at the Theatre of Dreams. It's Manchester United who can dream of a 12th FA Youth Cup as it finishes after extra time. Manchester United 2, Crystal Palace